October is Sensory Processing Awareness Month, putting a spotlight on sensory processing disorder. A local mom and teacher is now out with a book to try and help kids and families get a better understanding of SPD. And she's joining me here on the couch right now. Robin Heidelberg is actually the author of Frederick and His Amazing Headphones. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, okay, we've got a lot to get through because I really want to help people out there who are thinking, what's the big deal? What is this?
Right.
Before we get into the book, explain what exactly sensory processing disorder even is.
So it's where a child or an adult has difficulty processing information from your senses. And there are more than just 5 senses. There are 3 additional senses that have to do with like you internally understanding when you're hungry, movement in your body moving, and then balance. So it's more than just sight, taste, hear, smell, and feeling.
Okay, so you're, as I mentioned, a mom and a teacher. This is personal for you.
Very.
So what prompted you to get involved? I obviously assumed, and we talked about it in the break, that you must have a child who's dealing with this.
I do. My son Camden has sensory processing disorder, among other disabilities, but he is very sensory processing, like he has a lot of difficulties with it. He doesn't fall typical in any sensory category. He's been dealing with this since he was a baby, but he got officially diagnosed at 2. And being a teacher, I see students more and more coming through my classroom that have sensory difficulty, and then my own son. And so no one really knows about it, and there's not enough awareness. And I wanted to write a book so that he had a connection and he could feel like he's seen, because there's a book character that relates to his life and other kids in his classroom and in the classrooms that I have or at our school, that they can understand what a child who has sensory processing disorder goes through.
What are some of the things that people should be aware of? Because I feel like we're really ignorant to this issue still. You know, it's like you might say, well, what's wrong with that kid? Why is he like acting up or whatever? But a lot of times people don't understand. What are some of the things you would like them to know as a mom?
So one of Camden's biggest difficulties is loud noises. So he has to wear headphones. And if he doesn't have those headphones, he can have a sensory meltdown. And people would in public stare at us and watch me take him out of a restaurant because it was too overwhelming, sound and noise and light. And then he's screaming and they think he's having a temper tantrum. But in all reality, he was having a sensory meltdown because it was just too overwhelming and his body could not process all of that. So wearing noise canceling headphones helps him, and like it makes him look different. But in all reality, it's helping him be successful. That's the easiest visible one that a lot of people will see, just because a lot of other aspects of their sensory is not just visible to where, I mean, it looks like you or me. It doesn't show any physical differences. But that's why I wrote the headphones, Frederick and His Amazing Headphones, was because then people could see that the headphones are not just to tune people out, it's to make life easier.
So here's the book. I'm going to kind of show it over here. So you've written this book, but there are also some other things that you're doing as well. I understand that you're working on to try and raise awareness about this disorder as well.
Definitely. I wanted to spread it as much as I could. I have an Instagram account, and I hope to start a podcast to help parents who are frustrated or struggling with their kid and why they're having these meltdowns, or just to spread awareness. I just want to help the world understand that sensory is all over and with everyone, but it's not uncommon.
Well, we are so lucky to have someone like you who's involved with our kids in the school as a first grade teacher, by the way, but then also trying to raise awareness as someone who's experiencing it firsthand. Because look, we all want our kids to have kind of a better life than we did and make it easier on them. But if people don't even understand them, it's like they don't even have a fair shot to begin with. Robin, thank you so much. So I know we went through a lot here. Frederick and His Amazing Headphones is available, of course, on Amazon, and you can learn more about Robin and the book on Instagram. We have that link for you. It's right here on your screen, and we're also going to put this, as always, on our website. Go to WLWT.com.